just. I don't know what you're grinning at. You're older than I am. And you've lost your tail. Just like everything else in here. Not quite all there. Oh, bloody hell. He's still playing the same old bollocks on the piano. For God's sake, Mick. Can't you play anything livelier than that? Mice are on suicide watch out here. All the years you've been plonking around on that thing and you still can't play anything half decent.
I think the musical world regards Chopin as little better than half decent.
Must be your interpretation then. Why don't you play some Elvis?
Oh, Mandy, you haven't set foot in this house for 5 years. And when you do, you demand a request.
You used to love a bit of Elvis.
Yes, when I was 11 I did.
I still love Elvis.
I know.
You should have played him at Mum's funeral. Would have been better than all that classical cobblers.
Mum hated Elvis.
She wasn't going to hear it, was she? I mean, who on earth has the 1812 overture played at their funeral?
Mum liked it.
When those cannons went off, I thought half the congregation were going to join Mother in the afterlife.
A number of people commented on how moving it was.
That's because they were crapping themselves, that's why. Still, at least she went out with a bang.
All right, Mandy. What do you want from me?
Sorry?
Oh, I know I will be.
Can't I come and visit my older brother without wanting something?
No. Not on past form, you can't. You didn't even set foot in this house for a cup of tea after the funeral.
I needed something stronger than tea.
And now, 2 days after the will's been read, you grace me with your presence. You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to work out you want something.
What are you going to do with this place now that Mum's left it to you?
Now we cut to the chase.
Are you going to sell it?
No.
You are going to do it up, though?
I might have a shower put in.
It's still got the same doorbell, for God's sake.
Well, a doorbell's a doorbell.
Who on earth has a doorbell that plays Rock of Ages?
It was Mum's favourite.
I don't know whatever came to the door. And my key still fits.
That's probably because it's the same lot.
Don't you see? This place is a frog's hop away from the town centre. With a bit of work, it could be worth a fortune.
I like it how it is. All my memories are here.
Be reason enough to sell it, I'd have thought.
Your past is your past. You can't change that by moving house.
Oh, it's just like you. Clinging on to the past while the future pisses by you on a moped. Mum's gone. Now's your chance to do something different. God, why you stayed here in the first place is beyond me.
You know very well why I stayed. It's the same reason you didn't.
Don't you dare throw that at me. You could have gone years before, but you couldn't cut the apron strings, could you? When I think of all the potential you had at school, those teachers were always on at me to be more like you. They'd be heartbroken to know that you spent 20 years in that factory.
I had my reasons.
You had enough qualifications when you left school to damn near run the place. So it was left to me to do something for this family so that Mum could be proud. She knew that I was her only chance.
Only chance of what, for Christ's sake?
To make her proud. Her blue-eyed boy was too busy on a spot welding machine to take his chance, so she pinned all her hopes on me.
So you left to join the Navy and see the world, where they sent you to Portsmouth, where you put bits of paper in a filing cabinet for 4 years. The closest you ever came to going out to sea was when you fell asleep on a lilo and the tide took you out.
At least I got away from here and made something of myself. Mum couldn't even rely on you to give her a grandchild. I had to do that for her as well. And she knew how much I hated kids. God, if we waited for you to populate the family tree, we'd all be bloody extinct.
Are you really that upset? Because she left me the house?
Oh, I couldn't care less about the house. Ex-council house shit. Oh, I wouldn't be seen dead in it.
Then why are you here?
I came, against my better judgment, to offer you a chance to invest in my company.
What do I know about selling flowers?
Nothing, I don't suppose. You'd have to be a silent investor.
But I don't have that kind of money. A shitty ex-council house.
You could remortgage it and invest the money into my company.
Oh, that's very considerate of you.
I could get my lawyers to draw up the contract today.
What? Crafty and costly?
Their name is Craft and Costello. And if you piss me about, I will take my offer elsewhere.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to, sis.
Why?
Because as much as I love this city, I don't fancy sleeping on her streets.
I knew you'd never see the potential. Just like you. You've never had any ambition.
Never been declared bankrupt either.
That was a long time ago. I've learned a lot since then.
Oh yes, we could all see that. The amount you charged us for Mother's flowers.
You got them at cost! What am I supposed to do? Subsidise the family grief?
Is that why you've compromised your standards? To come back here and tap me up for a loan?
No. Not
Well.
exactly.
What is it?
I want to ask you a favour. What have I said that's so funny?
Oh, sister of mine, you never cease to amaze me. We've not spoken for what? Oh, must be nearly 5 years. And when we do, you insult my taste in music, the way I've lived my life, this house, and everything in it. And, in the next breath, you tap me up for a loan. And now you want a favour? You really have got more neck than a giraffe.
Well, you know me. I've always spoken my mind.
Yes. Well, what is it? What do you want from me?
But it's not for me. It's for Jo.
Joe?
My daughter. Your niece, Josephine.
I know who she is.
She needs somewhere to stay for a week.
No, I don't understand.
It's quite simple. She needs somewhere to stay, and you've got 2 spare bedrooms.
You wanted to stay here?
Oh, God, them teachers said you were a bright lad.
What, here with me?
Well, you are her uncle.
Oh, in name only? I hardly know the girl.
Now's a good chance for you to become acquainted.
But you don't understand. It's not practical. The factory's on summer shutdown. I'm at home myself for 2 weeks.
I know. You didn't think I was going to leave her here on her own, did you?
It won't work. I mean, I might be going away somewhere.
Where? You haven't been on holiday for 20 years.
I might this year. Besides, what would the neighbours think?
About what?
About me sharing this house with a 14-year-old girl.
Oh, God, she's your niece. And anyway, she's 15 now.
I couldn't share the house with a teenage girl. What about the language?
I'll tell her to tone it down.
Not hers! Mine! I like to swear and curse. And I wander around the house in my underpants a lot.
Don't make out you're a slob. We both know better than that.
Oh, bloody hell. What do I know about talking to teenagers? The last ones I spoke to mugged me on the way home from work.
I wouldn't worry too much about the neighbours. They think you're gay anyway.
Why would they think that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because you're 38, you lived with your mum all your life, and you've never had a girlfriend.
That doesn't make me gay.
Doesn't make you Casanova either.
It won't work. It's not practical.
Go on, please. Just while I go on holiday to St. Lucia.
Why can't she go with you?
She doesn't want to.
Well, tell her that the alternative is a week in a shitty ex-council house with a grumpy old uncle. Perhaps then a week in St. Lucia will seem like a pleasant alternative.
I've already told her that. She still doesn't want to go.
Well, why not, for Christ's sake?
Because Ivan is going with me.
Ivan?
My new fitness instructor?
Fitness instructor? Oh, don't make me laugh. Only one thing he'll be stretching on that holiday of yours.
Oh, and how would you know anything about that? Have you read it in one of your little books?
You don't see how sad all this makes you look, do you?
Unlike you, I don't care what people think.
Not even your own daughter? Anyway, I'd have thought her and I would have a lot in common.
Oh, that's
Being
a
born in the same decade.
really, really cheap shot. Anyway, she's turned into a right stroppy cow.
Ooh, excellent. And you want me to look after her for a week? What do I know about consoling stroppy cows?
Well, you can't upset her any more than I do. I say the slightest little thing and she bites my head off.
Oh, the poor girl's bound to be a bit stressed out. Her dad died 18 months ago. We buried her nan last week, and now her mum's took up with someone young enough to be her brother.
Life moves on, Mick.
Yes, yours does. What about Jo? She loved her dad.
Are you saying that I didn't?
Well, you certainly loved his money.
I was heartbroken when he left. Heartbroken! I never thought I'd be able to look at another man again.
Was that why you go on holiday with a boy?
Oh, piss off!
Aren't there any friends she could stay with?
No. Mothers don't like her. They say that she's a bad influence on their little darlings. Stuck-up bitches, the lot of them.
You can't just spring it on me like this. It's not fair.
Look, why don't I just bring her in? Then at least you can have a chat.
But she's here!
Yeah, she's in the car, listening to some god-awful music on her iPod.
Look, this won't work.
It's fine. I'll be back in a minute. Put the kettle on. Have you got any Earl Grey?
No!
Oh. Well, the tea that those monkeys drink, that'll have to do.
But the bloody woman drives me to distraction! Won't be long, I've just put the kettle on. Oh, sorry. Where's your mum? Oh, bloody hell! I can't believe that mother of yours, she's gone! Look, I'm sorry, but this just won't work. You're going to have to bite the bullet and go to St. Lucia with your mother and her toy boy. I mean, how bad can it be? Even with Ivan the Terrible in tow. It's a paradise island, for Christ's sake. And what's the alternative? A week in a damp old house with a grumpy old git like me.
I can't hear you.
I was just explaining that... Oh, it doesn't matter.
I don't want to be here either, you know.
No. No, I don't suppose you do. What time's your mum's flight?
She's going to pick up Dickhead and then they're going straight to the airport.
She stitched me right up.
Of course she has. He's using you just like she uses everybody else.
Can't you get hold of her on your phone?
No point trying, she switched us off.
Maybe there's some friends you could stay with.
Not really, no.
I thought I was the only one that didn't have any mates. Can I get you a cup of tea? Maybe something to eat?
No. No, thank you.
Like your nan's favourites.
I know.
Your mum and dad's wedding photo. Good bloke, your dad.
I know. Have you read all these books?
Most of them twice. How sad's that?
I don't think it's sad. I think everybody should read books.
Really? Well, unfortunately, you and I are in the minority these days.
Mum says you know sod all about real life.
Yes, well, everyone's entitled to their opinion, even the village idiot.
I don't think a man can read so many books and know nothing about life.
Well, my theory's good. It's just my hands-on practical lets me down.
Mum says you could have gone to university. Maybe even Oxford if you tried hard enough.
To the point, aren't you? You must get that from your mother.
Is it true though?
Maybe. Life is full of ifs and buts. If my auntie had had bollocks...
She'd have been the uncle.
Yes. Something like that. Look, I'm sorry, I'm not used to sharing the house with a young lady.
Don't worry, I'm no lady.
But I thought that was why your mum sent you to that big posh school, to make a lady of you.
Well, if she is, they're failing her miserably. Where's the TV gone?
Oh. Your Nan. She was the only one that watched it, so I got rid of it.
Eh? I don't know anybody that hasn't got a television.
Sorry.
Right. I don't suppose you've got a laptop either. What, those pigeons I saw on the roof on the way in? Are they for communication purposes?
No. They're for tea.
Oh, come on, even Nan had a mobile.
Yes, well, she had a distinct advantage over me. People wanted to talk to her. I do have a phone.
What, a mobile?
No, one with a wire nailed to the skirting.
Ah, how quaint. I suppose it's a start. Do you want to see something funny?
That rather depends.
Press that button.
I don't... What's going on here?
It's called happy slapping.
But that's...
One of the older girls at school grabs a new kid and slaps her about a bit, and then someone videos up their phone.
That's awful! I'm all terrified.
She'll live.
That's disgusting. Somebody ought to show that to your headmistress.
Oh, it's like an initiation ceremony. Everybody has to do it.
It's called bullying. Did you have to go through it?
Of course. Didn't do me any harm.
Well, apart from desensitising you...
I'll keep your hair on, Grandad. It's only a bit of fun.
I'm not your granddad. I'm your uncle. And this is my house. And as we are, however reluctantly, going to be spending the next 7 days together, I would appreciate it if you showed me the appropriate respect.
I'm sorry if it offended you.
And I'm sorry that bullying doesn't offend you.
I'm going to take my stuff upstairs.
Do you want your nan's room?
Hardly, seeing as though we only buried her last week.
Sorry. Look, it's been a difficult few days for all of us. Your nan was very fond of you.
My Nan loved me. And I adored her.
I know. And I am sorry. Put your stuff in the spare room. I'll make it up later. Then we can look at getting something to eat.
Can we have pizza?
Oh, how'd you make that?
You don't. You get it delivered.
No.
Well, what are we having then?
Well, I was having liver and bacon. I suppose there'd be enough for two with a bit of bread and butter.
Oh, nice. I think I'd rather have a pigeon. No, it's not just state schools that have problems with bullying, Uncle Mick. Posh girls can be really good at it as well. Especially when they find out your mother's been shagging a boy they all fancy.
Come on, Michael. You better finish your homework. Your dad will be home soon. You know how he hates clutter.
Yes, Mum.
What have you got tonight, then?
My favourite. Mathematics. I'm good at sums.
I know you are, my darling. And music and history.
Mum, why doesn't Dad like me being good at sums?
Oh, he does, darling. It's just... Well, he's never found them quite as easy as you do.
I could show him how to do them if you liked.
It's a bit late for that. Besides, he doesn't really need sums for the job he's doing.
I hope I never have to do a job that doesn't need sums.
No, my beautiful. I hope you never do either. You're a bit early, Sam. We haven't quite finished clearing up yet.
Bloody shop steward. Call us out to strike again. Half hour before the end of the sodding shift too.
Does that mean you're going to be home tomorrow?
Nah, I'm on picket duty first thing in the morning. Just my luck, it's going to be cold enough to freeze the balls of a brass monkey as well.
Oh, Sam, please, not in front of the boy.
He don't know what balls are.
They're men's dangling bits.
How do you know that?
Jenny Snodgrass told me she's nearly 9.
I keep telling you, Sam, he's a bright boy. He knows things.
Jenny Snodgrass seems quite advanced as well. So what have we got ourselves here then? 7-year-old doctor in the house, have we? What are you writing there then, boy? Prescriptions?
No, sums.
Sums what?
It's just the sums that...
He's still bloody stone, I see. What good are sums ever going to do to you, my boy?
Leave him alone, Sam. He's only 7 years old.
Why is he out playing with all the other 7-year-olds, playing football? Why is it every time I come home, he's sat there, all pasty-faced and clean?
He doesn't like football.
I've never met a boy yet that don't like football. You like football, don't you, boy?
It's all right. But I prefer...
His teachers think he might need extra tuition.
She's selling his thick.
No, she's saying the work he's doing isn't challenging enough. They think he's exceptional for his age.
Don't look bloody exceptional to me. He smells clean. Now that is bloody exceptional for a 7-year-old boy.
Can't you believe what your own eyes and ears tell you?
You expect me to believe that you gave birth to a genius?
No, that together we have a gifted son.
You see, that's the bit I can't quite get my head around. Where does this so-called intelligence come from? I mean, your family ain't hiding no Albert bloody Einstein. My family ain't owned a book since rationing finished.
God. It's a gift from God.
God, you say? I was thinking more of that snotty-nosed little student. Your mother had lodged with her before you got locked up.
Sam, you're poor self-doubting. Oh,
You're getting a bit of bug yourself, you are.
Sam, please,
You
not
get too big for your boots.
in front of the boy.
He's taking down Templeton.
Please, Sam.
Flattery's been good enough for 3 generations of my family. Plenty enough good enough for him too.
Come on, you've seen your dad eating. He needs all the room he can get.
Do you think it'd make Dad happy if he bought me a football?
Maybe.
I know you can't be good at sums, but I thought maybe if I got good at kicking a ball around, we could play in the park together or something.
Come on. We've got to clear this clutter up.
Mum, I weed my pants a bit again. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
We need you upstairs.
I'm sorting Michael out.
Now.
You have to pay your dinner.
You can wait. I can't.
Change your pants in the kitchen, then come back in here. I won't be long.
Don't let him hurt you, Mum.
Be silly. Why would your dad hurt me?
I don't know. But he will.
Lucky day sightseeing. They must have walked about 10 miles, I'd say.
More like 12, I should think.
I never knew looking at a bunch of old colleges could be so interesting. Or exhausting. How come you know so much about it?
Oh, it's been an interest of mine since I was your age. I get you a cup of tea.
Got any beer?
Not until you're 18.
I'd have lost interest by then. Dogs barking.
Now there's a saying you don't hear much these days.
I got it from my dad. He used to say it all the time. Usually after a family party where he'd been dancing all night.
Oh, I remember your dad as a very energetic dancer.
He's a bloody maniac.
He always got plenty of room on the dance floor, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's because no one wanted an elbow in the side of their head. Oh, he had no rhythm or style. When I was little, he was the greatest dancer on earth. Of course. When I became a teenager, he was the most embarrassing dancer on earth.
He was always the life and soul of the party. I admired him for that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay. I like people talking about him. If we don't talk about him, it's like he never existed. Do you dance, Uncle Mick?
Me? No, never.
You must have danced at some point.
Not that I can recall.
But how can a man with so much music inside him not want to dance?
I didn't say that I didn't want to, just that I never did.
Why?
I don't know. Always seemed not proper.
Not proper.
Proper for other people. Well, like your dad. It's not proper for me.
You don't have a very high opinion of yourself, do you?
When it comes to dancing, I don't know.
Well, what's the worst that could happen? What, so a few people might laugh at you? It's not the end of the world. So, what are you going to do with yourself now Nan's gone?
In what respect?
Well, I know she had a carer while you were at work, but your evenings and weekends are free now.
Yeah, I suppose they are.
So, now's the ideal time to follow your dreams.
Only a teenager could say that with so much conviction.
Don't patronise me.
I'm sorry. My dreams were so long ago I can hardly remember what they were.
Liar.
And even if I could, they're no concern of yours.
Surely you're not going to stay at that crappy factory anymore.
You don't give up, do you?
You could get a job showing people around those colleges.
I think that market's been cornered.
Well, the city's history.
History?
Yeah, you know, tell the tourists who shagged who and what year they were killed in.
Oh, shagging and killing. Two topics I know absolutely nothing about.
Well, they're not going to want to know your history, are they? That bore their bloody tits off.
Mind your language.
You swore as well.
Did I?
Don't even know you're doing it, do you?
It's besides the point. I'm the
Oh,
adult.
that's right. Go on, pull rank on me.
I don't believe this.
You'd make a great teacher, you know. None of the masters at my school got half the wit, charm or delivery that you've got.
Are you taking the piss?
No. You really have no idea how good you could be, do you?
The factory. That's good enough for the likes of him.
Not used to people paying you compliments, are you?
No. And I'm not used to being interrogated by a 14-year-old girl
Oh, I'm
either.
15 actually. It's only because you think I'm a kid that you'll talk to me. If I was an adult, you'd shut up tight as a clam.
Bloody hell, I thought I was supposed to be the gifted child.
Oh, you were? You're just not the only one in the family now.
You really are a breath of fresh air, you know that.
Not everybody appreciates my style. Mum says I'm a cheeky little cow.
What does your mum know about quality? She thinks it comes in a tin of sweets at Christmas.
So what are we going to do tomorrow then?
Well, I'm going to spend the day rebuilding my defences.
Oh no, it's far too late for that. I know. Every day this week we could go out somewhere, do something exciting. I mean, we could take turns picking where. Today was your turn. So
No, hang on, I didn't know that was a turn.
tough. So what are we going to do tomorrow?
Look, wait a minute, I haven't agreed to any of this yet, and who's going to pay for it all?
Well, you are.
Anna!
Yeah, I'd like to help, but I'm only 14.
50.
I'm doing all the hard work thinking up all the ideas. All you've got to do is stump up some cash to pay for it. Anyway, Mum says you're loaded.
Oh, does she now? Well, I'd be a lot less loaded if I'd listened to her advice, I can tell you.
Well, what else are you going to do? Sit at home all day?
Maybe. I like staying at home.
Tell me, when was the last time you went out anywhere? That doesn't include taking Nan to bingo. Or Auntie Jan's silver wedding. Can't remember, can you?
Yes, I can. Went camping with the Scouts.
How long ago was that?
Not that long. Not really. Besides, I've got plans tomorrow.
Doing what?
I'm going to paint the gate.
The gate can wait. We're going to do something far more exciting.
Like what?
I don't know, I haven't thought of it yet, have I? Where are you going?
To get my brushes ready for the morning.
No. Sit. Sit. Just had a brilliant idea for tomorrow. Ready? Tomorrow, you and I are going to go to a health farm. I can't see I've said anything remotely funny.
Me? At a health bar.
Why not? Loads of guys go these days.
You wouldn't get any takers from the factory, let me tell you.
What do they know? Philistines, a lot of them. Tomorrow, you and I are going to have a pamper day.
not spending the day sitting around in a nappy.
Don't be Mr. Simple with me, it don't suit you.
I'm not simple, that's why I'm not going.
You're scared, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, you're a chicken.
I'm not chicken, I just don't want to do it. Oh, now who's being Mr. Simple?
Admit it, you're scared shitless.
No, I'm not, and mind your language.
Scaredy cat, scaredy cat, scaredy
I
cat.
can't be a cat and a chicken.
You're a chick puss. There's no shame in admitting you're frightened, you know.
I'm not bloody frightened!
You are.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm bloody not!
Good, then we're going.
If we go, I'm not having anything waxed.
Just get a sauna back and a massage.
A massage?
Oh yeah, you'll feel like a new man when he's finished.
He?
I suppose it could be a she.
She?
It'll be one or the other.
Oh, bloody hell, I don't know which one would be more embarrassing.
Don't worry, you can't produce anything they haven't seen before.
That settles it. We're not going.
Oh, you promise now? Oh, come on, it's all about conquering your demons. Well, it's your turn to choose.
And I can choose anything.
As long as we can do it in a day, yeah.
Good. Then we can paint the gate.
I'm not painting the sodding gate. Oh, come on, there must be something you've always wanted to do.
Well, it's the Royal Ballet.
Oh, gosh, no!
I thought it was my turn to choose and we could do anything.
It is, but we're not doing that. It has to be something, exciting.
I don't think a health fund is exciting.
Well, what are you worried about going there?
A hot air balloon.
What?
I've always wanted to see this city from above. We could go up in a hot air balloon.
Oh,
What's the matter?
nothing. It's just,
It's just what?
I'm afraid of heights.
This was all about conquering your demons.
Yes, conquering your demons. It never said anything about conquering mine.
Fine, then we'll stay at home. We'll paint the gate.
No, we're doing it. Neither of us can back out now. Anyway, I've just had a brilliant idea for Friday.
Oh, God.
Every Friday night, the pub down the road holds an open mic night.
Yeah, I know. I walk past it most nights. You ought to hear the racket that comes out of the... No. No.
Yes.
Just no.
Yeah, oh, just yes. Yes. This Friday, you and I are going to do a song.
I can't sing.
Well, you don't have to. There's a piano there. You play and I'll sing.
No. I've never played in public
Well,
before.
that's good because I've never sung in public before either.
Most of the guys I work with drink down there.
Well, we better make sure we're good then, haven't we? Come on, your turn to choose.
I can't think. Too flustered.
Oh, for goodness sake. All right, well, I suppose we've got enough to be going on with. You keep thinking, and I'll start making the arrangements.
Bloody hell. It's like spending a week with a Blue Peter presenter. You know, Mum, I can't help but see your hand in this. I'll put the kettle on.
Well, what have we got here?
Give me my letter back, Sam. It's got nothing to do with you.
I'm your husband. It's got everything to do with me. Besides, Married couples aren't supposed to keep any secrets.
You keep plenty of secrets from me.
Well. I knew it's something like this. All the signs have been there.
Please don't tell Michael. Let me do it in my own time.
The boy. Everything's the boy with you, isn't it? We do have 2 kids, you know.
Don't stand there and lecture me about our children. I've never treated them any differently.
Oh no!
Maybe I have shown Michael more attention, but God knows he never got any from you.
Spoiled little mummy's boy, that one. He's getting above himself.
Oh, give it a rest, Sam. We all know the lines off by heart by now. As soon as anyone's got any drive or ambition, they're getting above themselves in your book. Maybe if you'd had a bit more drive, you wouldn't have ended up such a bitter and twisted old man.
You just watch your bloody mouth, woman.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You can't hurt me for much longer.
You talk about that boy.
Michael! His name is Michael!
I know what his name is! I bloody well gave it to
Well,
him!
then bloody well use it!
Jesus Christ, woman, he's 35 years old and still living at home with his mum and dad! Even the Black Death didn't hang around that long!
You're just eating up with jealousy because your own son is more talented and better educated than you are. Why can't you just be proud of him like any other dad would be?
It's his ambition. Never got your precious little boy, tell me that. He'd get him on the same line as his dad at that bloody factory, that's where it got him.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. The sad thing is you don't know why, do you?
Because when it comes down to it, he's just a spoiled little mummy's boy. Will always take the easy way out.
He went to work at the factory instead of going to university so that he could protect me.
Protect you from what?
From you! You overbearing bully.
What you talking about, woman? I may have slapped you once or twice over the years, but you bloody well asked for it. You wound me up.
Oh, I could take the hitting. I could cover that up. The constant belittling and putting down that wore me out. You ever wonder why Michael always worked at the same shift pattern as you at the factory? Why he never had a girlfriend, he never went on holiday, he never even had a life. It was so you would have very little opportunity to get at me.
You're talking bollocks, woman.
Am I? You think about it.
You have a very overblown view of your own self-importance, don't you? He stayed because he was too frightened to live.
I can forgive you for ruining my life. I had a choice and I chose to marry you, God help me. But I will never forgive you for ruining Michael's.
It's you who ruined my life, if anything. Getting yourself pregnant like that. You trapped me.
Oh, Sam, you're the one that's deluded.
You wanted to change the world too, you know? I didn't want to be a dad, and I had by the time I was 19.
We could have created our own little world. We could have had a home and a family, future. I was just a frightened little kid too, you know.
We had no future. As soon as that little brat came along, that's all you ever wanted from life. There was no room for me. You went from sex kitten to fat frumpy cow in 6 months.
I had to be a mother as well as a wife.
You see, that's where the problem always was. I've never been willing to share.
Please, Sam, give me my letter back.
I haven't decided what to do with it yet.
Give me my letter back, you bastard!
Ah, my aim! You little bastard! I'll kill you! I'll kill you both!
Connell! Don't be from that cold black heart of yours!
Go on then! Do it! Do it!
Don't be
Do it!
I'm years past my breaking point!
I'm leaving this shithole, and I'm not coming back!
That's it! You go off to your fancy woman!
What?
I may have been a fool to marry you, but I'm not an idiot, Sam.
She loves me.
Well then, God help the poor cow.
I go. Michael, your mum got a letter this morning.
No.
She didn't want me to see it, but I managed to sneak a glimpse.
Don't tell him, he won't go if you tell him.
It's from Dr. Wilson. It outlines the treatment they're going to give her for a brain tumour.
Bastard, I'll never forgive you for this.
You silly bitch! In a few years' time, you won't remember anything at all! I'd really like to stay and look after her, but as I'll be shagging a much younger woman 100 miles from here, that rather counts me out. There is your sister, of course, but she's far too clever to get herself landed with this. That just leaves you. You're going to have to wipe her ass and carry her to bed every night. Because you and me, we both knew. You never had the balls to do anything different!
Are you alright, Uncle Mick?
I'm all right. Just give me a minute.
You don't look alright. You look like you got half a dozen eggs tucked in your underpants.
What's contained in my underpants is a secret between me and the washing machine. I think I might have seized up on the bus ride home.
You know what, a few people were looking at you a little bit strange walking up the street.
Oh, let them look. I'm in agony.
Don't worry, I told them you was a new sheriff in town.
I've never been on a motorbike before.
Really? You do surprise me.
It was bloody brilliant.
Probably not a good idea to book it the day after horse riding, though.
No, probably not. 2 days in the saddle, knackers you knackers.
Well, the horse riding was your idea.
Yes. Well, I thought it was going to be a gentle stroll through the countryside. Not me hanging on for dear life as we careered across 3 fields and into a ditch.
It was start.
I was a little bit shocked too, I
I videoed most of it. I'm going to send it to that programme. Guaranteed it's more than 50 quid. Oh, brilliant.
If you do, I want half. Can you believe how fast they go on those tracks? And how low they go into the corners. I swear my knee actually touched the floor at one point. I have never been so frightened or alive in all my life.
Bit more exciting than the ballet, don't you think?
Oh, I should say so. Although, you don't get the occasional glimpse of knickers.
So come on then. What's been your favourite so far?
Oh, that's a job to say. I've been massaged by a Polish weightlifter. I've nearly strangled a horse with my bare hands. I've been around a racetrack at 130 miles an hour on the back of a motorbike. Been up in a hot air balloon. And backwards a few times down an artificial ski slope.
And tomorrow we're going paintballing and then go-karting.
Yes. I am battered, bruised and financially ruined. But it's been the best week of my life. Thank you.
Thank you, you paid for it.
I wouldn't have done any of these things if you hadn't come to stay. Still, not all good news.
It's not.
No, I've got the tattiest gate in the street now.
Sod the gate.
Yes. Sod the bloody gate.
I got you a present.
What's this? A disclaimer form before we do the crust to run, is it?
No, it's a little bit more challenging than that.
I can't fill this out.
Why not?
It's an enrolment form for teacher training college.
So,
I couldn't be a teacher.
of course you can.
How would I control a class of obnoxious kids? They'd skin me alive.
You control a class by strength of personality. You'll do fine, trust me. Teaching's what you've always wanted to do, isn't it?
Yes. When I was 17 it was. Anyway, how did you know that?
Nan told me. I used to come and talk to her in the school holidays.
She never told me.
It was our little secret. I hated it at the end, when she was in that place. She just used to sit for hours looking out the window like she was waiting for something to come. I guess in a way she was. She was waiting for death. When she was here, it was like there was nothing wrong with her. She could remember every single detail of her life.
Sadly, those days got less and less.
It's funny how we take the people we love for granted. We think they're always going to be there. To offer advice and support. It's not till they're gone that we realise how much we relied on their love and protection.
Use your sleeve.
Nan told me what you did for her.
Oh, I just looked after her when she got sick, that's all.
No. Before that. You didn't go to university so you could protect her from Grandad.
She must have been confused.
No. She knew exactly what she was saying. That has to be one of the most heroic and unselfish things I've ever heard of.
I'm very flattered. And really, it was the coward's way out.
How can that be?
Your mum. She was the brave one. She saw an escape route and she took it. She left and she never came back. That takes real guts. It's true. Your granddad was a bastard to your nan. To all of us. But I couldn't help feeling sorry for him.
That does not make you a coward.
Don't you see? Your nan getting ill gave me the excuse not to do all the things I said I would after Dad left. Made my choice for me, and that made me happy.
That's rubbish.
Is it? What if my dad was right? What if I just didn't have the balls to leave?
Grandad left in the end.
Oh yes. He left.
Now it's your turn.
There's been one question that's haunted me. Why did my dad hate me?
I'm sure he didn't.
I tried to be good at all the things he loved. He loved football, so I joined the local boys team. That was very good. In fact, I got in the way of the other members. Mum came and watched me a few times, but she knew my heart wasn't in it. And Dad didn't bother once. Just used to laugh when we got home because we'd lost 14 men.
Some men just can't relate to other people.
Dad was brilliant with other men. Laugh at his jokes, buying drinks at the bar. He was a man in demand.
Only to the other wankers who propped the bar up. How many of them know about books or music or history? How many of them can play the piano as beautifully as you can?
when I first started learning to play, Dad used to laugh because I couldn't quite get the hang of it. Then, as I got better, he locked the piano so I couldn't practice. Mum knew where he kept the key, so I practiced when he went down the pub. Don't you see? Your Nan looked after me and protected me the best she could for 16 years. It seemed only fair that I returned the favour.
You can't let him win. You can't let Grandad's jealousy and spite stop you achieving everything you wanted to do in life.
You really are a remarkable young woman, you know that.
And you're going to make a great teacher. All you have to do is learn how to bluff.
Love.
Yeah, that's how most people get on in this world. I'm going to teach you how.
You are,
Most certainly I am. I'm an expert.
really.
Yeah. When you look at me, you see a confident, cheerful, fun-loving young woman. But it's only a bluff. Nobody sees the frightened, lonely, drowning girl inside.
Thank you
For what?
for letting me see. And for letting me dream again.
No, you're getting all bloody something. Anyway, maybe it wasn't all my idea.
I don't know what you mean.
Nan used to talk a lot about you. Maybe she was cleverer than we thought. Maybe she could see that we both had strengths and weaknesses that we could help each other with.
Clever old Nan. I want to apologise for shouting at you when you first arrived. You know, the happy slappy thing on your phone.
No, you don't need to apologise.
No, I think I do. I think I may have overreacted.
Don't say that. That was my test.
Tess,
I wanted to see what kind of man you really were.
I don't understand.
I wanted to gauge your reaction when you saw what was on my phone. Whether you'd be interested, appalled or indifferent.
How could anybody not be appalled by that?
You've not been in the real world for a long time, have you?
Obviously not.
Don't worry. Your reaction was the one I was looking for.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or to smack your ass.
Oh, hold on, I got a text message.
Everything all right?
Not really, no. Mum's getting the early flight home.
Oh, why?
Apparently, she found Ivan in bed with a waiter.
A waiter?
Yep.
Oh dear. Your poor mother. That must be really upsetting for her. Oh! Oh! I'm in agony.
Oh, come on, you can lean on me.
No! From now on, we can lean on each other.
Come on.
You bloody crippled me.
Oh, you'll live, actually.
Only just.